Namaste to all our viewers in Bharat and outside of Bharat. Welcome to yet another episode of The Show, presented by Kala, crazy about literature and arts in association with Let's Talk. Let's Talk creates safe and reflective spaces for meaningful conversations, spaces where we connect, listen, and grow together. This episode is being recorded and will be shared on YouTube channel. Please subscribe to view more such conversations. Our guest tonight is Mridusmita Das. Welcome to the show, and it's such a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Vardhanji. Thank you so much.
Let
It's a
me now
pleasure
give
for me.
let me give you a brief introduction of yours to our viewers. Mridusmita is a project manager with a reputed MNC with 18 years of IT experience. Her expertise spans healthcare, banking, life sciences, and insurance domain. She is a distinction holder with a bachelor in engineering in electronics and communication. A Widow Rebirth from Her Ashes is her debut novel, which was released in 15th August 2023. Her second venture was a series called Sparrows of Michigan, which is an adventurous read of three books in the series, Rimi's Wonderland and Ria and the Rooster, co-authored with daughter Advaita, is a much-loved children's book among the kindergarten kids. She has a journal which mentions her applied way of surviving and healing from loss. She has explored the theme of complex relationships in her book for young adults, Broken Relationships. She has shared a piece of her soul in her soulful poetry symphony, authored 24 bestsellers, combining her 10 solo books and 14 anthologies. That's fantastic. Mridusmita is a prominent speaker. She has been part of Lekhak Manch at the World Book Fair in 2024 and 25. She spoke for Akashvani, All India Radio, talk show for Northeast on World Women's Day 2024. She has spoken in many prestigious colleges including IIT Ropar, Shahid Rajguri College and her alma mater, Srimanta Shankar Academy. This young achiever was covered by India Today Northeast for her outstanding contribution to literature, also involved in charity work for street dogs. Fantastic. That's a very impressive profile, I must say, you have.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vardhanji. Means a lot. Thank you.
So let's begin our conversation. So first of all, my first question, what does Mruti Smita means?
Okay. Mridusmita. It's a Assamese word. Mridu means soft. Smita means smile. So it's a soft smile, if that's what it means. My father has chosen this name for me. So Mridusmita.
Perfect. The meaning that you described is really impressive and interesting. So do you justify that name?
I had to, frankly, if I speak, I had to earn this name. I was always a happy person, happy go lucky person until life hit me hard. But then I think I could come back. Thanks to my mother's DNA in me, which made me bounce back. It took me time, of course, but she made sure, I think, up from the heaven, she must be watching and guiding me like an angel because I was able to bounce back. So I think, yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, I believe so. I am able to now do some justice to the name. Yes, now I own it up. Before I don't know, before I didn't care so much maybe, but now I mindfully think that yes, I have earned it. Yeah.
Okay. I think that is very interesting and very important is that the name and personality should match each other.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should.
And that way your father selected a very apt name for you.
Yeah, I think I'm thankful and grateful that if I would have done a little justice to it, but yeah, that's what maybe if I don't know, my friends would know better, but I want to be, you know,
Hmm.
I want to be the way and lively, and because life is so short and it's very short. It just ends so soon. And I just want to have the happiness and bliss, feel it, like all of it. And also I wish the same for the people around me. So that is my, I feel it, like I feel it. I want to spread that message only, that it should be blissful for everyone. Money will come and go, but that peace of mind, I need that for every one of us. So yeah.
Perfect. No, I think you do spread smile all around. So
Oh.
people in your company would definitely feel that way.
I have to ask him.
Ah, okay. So my next question is like completely different. Is that you have stayed outside of India for considerable part as part of your professional career, and now you are back in India. So one
Mhm.
question that has always came to my mind is that why is it that Indian artists, Indian authors, they are not dominating the global landscape? Why is it that we don't feature so much in the bestsellers list, global bestsellers list? What is it that holds us back?
I think we have our limelight. We do share the stage with prominent names. I think these days, actually, we get recognized. It's also thanks to the media and the social media, and the communication is so strong these days that whoever speaks in the remote part of a village is being heard. So I have seen artists being recognized at uh, the global stage. Like we had this Manipuri film, which got recognized at the world stage. So I think artists are getting recognized. Maybe before we didn't know so much about it, but these days, I think we are. Our voice is being heard. Don't you think so, Vardhanji? I
No,
feel now we are being heard, and we, our point of view is being considered.
see, it is being heard and we are getting recognized, but not to the extent that we deserve, is what my point is. That I think we deserve to be much more in limelight, much more recognized than what today we are.
Yes, I think my generation has now taken the pride to go back to the roots, which we were westernizing more. When I started the career, I could see that I was more inclined towards Western, if I talk about myself. But now, at this point in time, I make sure that I go back to my roots and I take pride in it. I was always very proud to be an Indian, more an Assamese, but now I take pride in teaching my next generation. That's my daughter. So I feel like if we acknowledge who we are and we celebrate and cherish the differences that we have, instead of blending ourselves to the whole global voice, then we would be standing uniquely and we can spread our own unique ideas, because everyone is special. So if I spread a certain, if I come from a certain part of the world and I have certain values and my own way of thinking, if I bring that to the stage or bring it to the table, people would be open to hear. And these days, we do not fear of saying who we are, but maybe that could be the case where we wanted to blend with the West and maybe did not stand for our unique ideas. Maybe that's a take I have, if I can think
No,
about
I think
it.
you make a very important point that we should stick to our culture, our way of life, and our thinking rather than getting carried away with Western culture and Western lifestyle. That's a very important point. So my hope is that maybe in next 10 years or 20 years, there will be an award which is instituted or started in India, and it becomes a global award and everybody aspires for that award.
Yes, yes, yes. I wish it comes true very soon.
And I wish that you will be the first one to get it.
Amen. I wish that. Yeah. You would be the first to call. I will call you first and tell you the news then.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Manifesting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So now, coming to my next question is that why is it that it took so much time for you to write your first novel? I would have
Very good.
expected that to happen 10, 15 years back.
Yes. Yes, Vardhanji, you are right. Initially, from the starting, from my pre-teenagers, I started writing. But it was just a hobby, which made me feel very, very happy. You know, I never thought I could write a big book about it, you know. I just wanted to write because whenever I sit to write, I felt very, very happy and, content. And once I write something, I would, proudly show it to my family, friends that way. But how it happened was, uh, yeah, I was in the US. I was very, very busy with the career. 10, 15 years back, I just started with the career, and so very busy with corporate and no time actually. So if I had to give the excuse, I never had the time. So, but yes, when they asked me to write something for the office magazine or something, I would always write. It never occurred that I can write a book, all, that big a book. But when life happened and when I was struggling to keep my smile intact, I rather smiled those days. So it was very dark. So during those time when I was doing my taking my therapy, a thing came up that the therapist told, why don't you write it out and just write it out and flush it out from your system? So I started writing then with all that, I when I started writing, I could see the beauty in the darkness. Actually, I felt that life is beautiful. Even at this lowest phase, I can feel it's beautiful. So that's when I wrote. That was the year 23 because I lost my husband in 21. So
Okay.
that phase led me to this writing journey altogether. Because I used to jokingly tell him that I will write a story or I'll publish a book. He used to say, in your next life, maybe because you are so occupied with your career and your other things. So maybe this is my next life. So my book says a widow rebirth from her ashes. So yeah, that's how I started it very late. Yeah. But maybe it was destined to be this way. So yeah.
Hmm.
So
You talked about your personal loss and that you went through a difficult phase, and
mm.
then over a period of time that triggered you to start writing and expressing yourself. Do you think that that is something which is in a way a very natural, that when people go through a tough time in their life, their artistic side of their life comes out and they become more expressive?
I felt it so. It is like the way you have to cope up. Maybe during the rat race, when we are running behind something, we are in the competition, it's always outward that we look. It is always competing with the other person that I have to be topper in the class, I have to top this exam to get and crack this interview to get into the job. Every time it is, I have to clear the visa, I have to do this, and every time I have to top somebody or I have to, win the race. It's always about that. But when it is all broken and nothing bad can ever happen after this point, I think that point you realize that you are standing all by yourself. And if you at that point feel that you are enough for yourself, that's it, means you have find the purpose and you are connected. So by God's grace, I felt that I could feel like powerful at a point of time. After a long point of time, I could feel connected to my own self. And that's when I think it's a coping mechanism, or God might have already given us all these things, but we rarely have the time. We don't observe ourselves. We are always very, very occupied outside. So that is the point when I was so broken. People rarely get the time. So when I got the time, I think I reflected inward. That was my coping mechanism. And because I had that in me to write, that came out. Maybe if I had that me in to sing or to dance, maybe I would have expressed it that way. But I have seen people have emerged out of sorrow with this art form, maybe dancing, maybe singing, maybe writing, or maybe any other things. But only when I connect, I felt when I only when I connected with myself is when I knew that, okay, this is also something, and I am complete by myself as well. So I just don't need to, uh, don't need to think that there's a void or something, because I have very good memories with the person. So that will always be there. And if I write it, it is going to stay forever, because one day I will also go, and that's the way it is. So I would never speak this way, maybe 4 5 years back. But when I was hit on the face with that, I was made to think. Maybe I had all the time in the world to think. So I thought about that. And that's how I think I took a different route and ended up here. Or that's how it is for me. Yeah.
That's
Mm.
very touching, and the way you expressed it is something which those who undergo a grief, they should actually think about this aspect, is that if you want to come out of this grief, then you have to take your life in your own hands and start moving forward.
Mm.
And
Yes.
maybe having a hobby or having something like this
Mm.
helps.
Mm. Yes, it does. And Vardhanji, I think every one of us is blessed with something or the other,
Mm,
but we do not take care.
mm,
Uh, we do not have those time. I feel like I always tell all the parents, and I try to do that myself. When my kid is doing something, I try to observe
mm,
if they are enjoying, if she is enjoying it. And I actually observe, and that was how my father supported me, my mother supported me when I just wrote my first poem. They just my father, when I wrote this Assamese poem, Butterfly, that is Pokhila, he sent it to the magazine. I never thought my first poem would be in a magazine, I mean, in the newspaper. It is a weekly
mm,
newspaper, Khatin. And
mm,
it was a surprise for me. But he supported me when nobody else would have. So it's my responsibility as a parent to, help the bud to blossom. So I think as parent, we should always take care
mm,
to not push our child to only studies or, something,
mm,
but let them blossom to their fullest potential. So, and that I would never think that writing would come as a blessing for me now when I needed
mm,
it the most.
mm,
So, yeah,
mm.
this is what is very, I'm blessed. Yeah,
You are
that.
blessed. I completely agree. Anyone who
Mm.
has a artistic bent of mind is, I think,
Mm.
blessed, and he is God's chosen one.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. God test the most beloved
Yeah.
ones, I think. So he's testing me. But yeah, that's how I also think now. Yeah.
So when you write, whether it's a novel or it's a poem, you think in English or you think in Assami?
When I write for English, I think in English, because when we were in our English medium school, when I was in class one, I could not speak very fluent English, and
Mm,
I was caught for talking in the class. So
mm,
I still remember my mom's name. Her name was Miss Lily. So she gave me an imposition to write 100 times I'll not talk in the class. I was not very fluent in English, so I couldn't explain her that day because she just did not let me speak in Assamese.
mm,
And she made it clear, like, if we speak in Assamese in the class, we have to pay 10 rupees. I didn't have that much money. And so, and when we were doing our English homeworks or essays or anything, classworks, we were constantly being told, you have to think in English to write in
mm,
English. And same way, when I write in Assamese, I think in Assamese. When I write in Hindi, I think in Hindi. So
mm,
that has been always that way, because I think I was made to practice it from the very
mm,
childhood,
mm.
but it was always that way. And these small things which happened in the earlier life, must have played a big role for on in it.
So
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens for the good.
Yeah, I have to agree to that. Yes, it has to happen. And it was destiny, the contract, the soul
Yes,
contract.
yes.
I read all that now. Yes, yes,
So
it
what do you
happened.
find easy to do? Is think in Assamese, think in Hindi, or think in English? Or it
I
doesn't
think
matter?
It doesn't actually matter, but I think thinking in Hindi a bit matters, because I do not find the exact appropriate written. The likhit Hindi doesn't come automatically to me. I have to just think about it. But the written Assamese and English comes naturally.
Okay.
But for Hindi, I have to think a bit, and then, okay, that word would make sense. And, in
Hmm.
this context, I can use that pure Hindi word, not
Okay.
the slang. So
Okay.
that way, I have to think a bit in more in Hindi. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Mm.
you have written three books with your daughter.
No, no,
So
one book.
one
One
book.
book.
Sorry, my
Uh,
mistake.
uh,
So one
no
book you have
problem.
written with your daughter. How was
Uh,
that experience?
Amazing. It is based on a real life incident. So when we went to Assam, it was 24, I guess, 25 last year. So it was winter, and early morning we woke up with the rooster voice, cuckoo. So I was so happy that instead of the alarm, I was woken up by the rooster. So I told my daughter, see, we are so blessed that we are being woken up by the rooster, and it was 5:30 or 6 in the morning. So she was also very, thrilled. She was not complaining that I made her wake up early. But next day also we heard the rooster, and when I looked at the clock, I was shocked. It was 2 a.m.
Mhm.
And the rooster keeps on, changing its time. And it was such a menace for me and my daughter. Then I said, I was doing this ASAP book fair at that time. So I
Mhm.
said, I think I want to write a book about this. She told, I also have an idea about the cover photo. And I think I can also write a poem. I said, oh, let's do a book together. Let's see, agreed. And we did it. And this is a picture book, and it is like liked by the kindergarten. Yeah, like it was written. So she did her first auto signing with a very small, I think a 2 and 3 year old kid. So he was very thrilled to see at the rooster eating pizza. So I don't have that book copy right now here with me, but that rooster was having pizza size, a cookie. So it was very, I don't know. I always am in the fantasy world most of my time. So I feel it very nice to, present it this way. That I'm mostly connected with my inner child. So
Mhm.
I feel it very good to, yeah, write for children. I feel very nice. I feel good from inside when I write something for the children. It feels very natural to me that, oh, they're so pure and so
Mhm.
innocent, and we have that, we can make them good, very much better by playing our little part. But they are very, they are complete by themselves. They can teach us many lessons.
Mm.
And
Of course.
that yeah, these all were my thinking, because I was learning things from my daughter, and her way of, she's Gen Alpha, so her way of thinking and how they connect with some things. And yeah, they are more mature than we were at those time. And yeah, I learned all of that. It was very much fun, and we were having a lot of fun while doing the images. And yeah, that's how it was very fun. And I did it. I released the book on her birthday, then
Mhm.
her ninth birthday, and her friends were there. So they were very, she was very happy to share that with them. That was a moment. My father was there, and some of my close relatives were there. And yeah, it was good to be blessed. And she felt very good about, sharing something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I
Hmm.
think that must have been the best experience, fantastic experience that both of you had. So,
Yeah, true, true, true.
so any more collaborations in pipeline?
I have been asking her, can I get her time in summer? So she doesn't give me any time yet. So, but I don't know, not yet, not right now. I don't have anything going on with her right now.
Okay.
But yeah, she did participate in one or two competition where she had to write, story each day, and she did write. She completed and got the certificates and all. We were thinking to get that book published, but it's only her. So something I want with her and me that has not been yet in
Mhm.
the, yeah. So if
So
something comes up, it will be nice.
maybe you can tell her that if she does that project and the book is
Ah,
published, then next time she will be on the show rather than you,
wow, I need to tell that.
or both of you can be on show.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'll tell her. I'll just, pump her up. She would be glad to, I think. Yeah. Her, yeah, she did submit something for the scholastic, their school wanted. So they do this now. So yeah, she did submit something, but I don't know. Nothing with me yet.
So
Oh,
this
yeah.
might motivate her.
I'll tell her. Definitely. This is a great
Perfect.
idea. Thank you.
So now you are such a busy professional, working 24 by 7, so to say. And let's say you are in a very serious meeting with one of your client, and at
Mm.
that precise moment, a idea comes in your mind, something which you have been struggling, and you want to write it down. It's part of your novel that you are writing. What do you do?
Mm. You know what? I always, till this day, I have a notepad where I jot it down. It's not like I put it in the computer. I can't. I have something to scribble. That's always in me. So I have a pen and paper always handy. Even if I will be there, I will write something, some word, some sentence, which later will remind me to think. Because if I lose that thought, it's gone forever. So I have that in me, like, also near my bed I will have a stack or a paper and a pen, so that I can write it down, or if nothing, I have my mobile to take the notes. So I will do it. I will, even if the I am very very busy, I'll write something, a line or something, just so that I will be able to recall what I was thinking. Yeah, I would do that, but it didn't happen that way. I would be so in pressure at those meetings. I never get no idea. I have to be relaxed to, get the idea. It never happens when my clients and everything. It's more of a business, a different hat altogether. So I never get any ideas at that time. Never ever have happened till now. I
Mhm.
think once I get to relax and let myself loose, and then mainly I write in the night. So all everything I'm done with everything. Then I find the time for myself to write it, and feel good about it. So I need uh, shanti to write. I don't need anyone nearby. So yeah, never ever in my meetings I have got an idea. No.
Actually, I thought that you are talking to your client or somebody, and then looking at him or whatever he is saying, you get an idea of your character and you
Mm.
start.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have to think that way. I have to make a character based on him only now. Yeah, that's a good idea.
you do that, and then you have to pay me royalty.
Ah, yeah, I'll do that. No worries. No worries. I'll just keep the declare the character as fictional, so that he doesn't do much.
Uh,
Yeah,
So,
yeah, true.
what is your style of writing? Is that any particular time of the day, any particular space, or any such? There are many authors who have very
Mm.
rigid ideas and views about how they write.
Yeah, Vardhanji. Actually, it's mostly my urge to write when I write, and I really sit on it to write then. If I feel like writing, that comes to me. I will sit and then I'll write a lot. But if it is a time boxed and I have to give it this day, or if it is something, then I have to make time for myself. That doesn't suit me much. When it comes from inside is something which I love, because then I write and I feel like I have done something. Means it feels very good from inside. I really connect, and then those things flow from the heart. So some paras in my books, with also I have written something which felt like, yes, I was feeling that only at that point of time. But if I would have a timeline to meet, I never could do write like that. But when I write like that, I feel good about it. Mm-hmm.
Just a moment. Huh?
Sure, sure, sure.
What is this? Something went wrong.
Oh, what happened?
The screen is. Anyway, let's continue. You can hear me, correct?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you
Ah,
well.
So,
Hmm.
Now, in this short span of, let's say, 3 years or 4 years, since your
Hmm.
first book was published, you have come out
Hmm.
with 10 of your own books and
Hmm.
14 anthologies. So that's a fantastic speed. So should we expect that kind of speed in next 24 months as well?
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It happened that way. So I wrote like I started with the debut book, and then I felt like writing for children, and those thoughts just came in. So I wrote three books, all one after the other. So those are my Sparrows books. And then yes, I used to write poems because that's how I started. So that book is also very close. And then I had seen people, different faces. This is very interesting for me to see to see the people around me changing faces, and I wanted to write about this in my
Mhm.
book. So I have seen for every character in my broken relationship, they are from the real life. I have
Mhm.
just not mentioned it that way, but these are the person, and these are the personal stories that I have just molded a bit, but it's the truth. So how a person behave with you when you are at a certain stage at your life, or you are at a certain social status, or maybe for me everything changed. Maybe I was earning much more, maybe I was in the US, I have a different status according to some people, and when I was a widow I lost that status. So I had been judged by so many people, so I wanted to actually see them as who they are. And that side made me realize that it's not only me who is seeing this, it's everybody faces this. And if I can make this into fictional stories, and maybe it would help the teenagers who, because we are never taught these lessons, nobody teaches us. No, everybody says that the world is very nice and you will have good people, you do good and good will come to you, and everything good only is taught. Nobody tells about what if something bad happens. So my book is that way, that if once you have been caught cheating, if once you have been done wrong, so you need to be, there's no second chance. That's what my book says. So yeah, I think these matters. All these things which say it matters. So whenever I get an idea, I write it. So yes, hopefully, actually, it's my 25th book, which got it is another anthology which came out day before yesterday.
Okay,
So
congratulations.
I try to collaborate with as many person as possible, so that I can spread my ideas, wherever, means in every network I can.
Mm.
And yes, my daughter was complaining, you are only writing anthology, what about your books? I said, yeah, they are also being there. Now that you have told me, I want a book with her also. So yes, I have been doing, if God wills, God's wish is there, then I will definitely come up with more books. But yes, I have lot to say, so I want to keep on writing because I said like life is so short, so I want to write as much as I can, and I want to write so that at least I can share whatever little I know, and maybe in that process I can learn many more things which matters.
Perfect.
Mm.
So there is a lot to look forward from you in coming years. So, Mrudu, as part of
Mm.
our show, we also have a rapid fire round. And
Oh
I
my God.
and I am sure you are going to enjoy being in the hot seat. So should we
Okay.
begin?
Sure, Vardhanji. I'm a bit scared.
First question, Noida or Gurgaon?
Noida.
Okay.
Greater Noida.
Okay. Complete the sentence. Life is
To leave.
to live. Complete the sentence. Writing to you is
Love.
love. Bhagavad Gita to you is
Life lessons. The way to life. Yeah.
okay. Choose one, Rasgulla or Gulab Jamun.
Gulab Jamun. Even though I should have said Rasgulla, but no, Gulab Jamun for me.
Perfect. I think you got 100 out of 100 in our rapid fire round. So congratulations. And
Thank you. Thank you.
And that was Mridusmita to all of you, facing her life on a very happy and smiling note, always looking forward to enjoying the life. And I think that is something which all of us should learn from her. This brings us to end of close of today's episode of the show, presented by Kala, crazy about literature and art in association with Let's Talk. If you missed any part of the conversation or would like to revisit it, the full episode will soon be available on the Kala YouTube channel at Sanjay Chandra 5376. Please subscribe to view more such conversations. Thank you so much for all of you, and thank you, Mridusmita, for coming on the show. It was such a pleasure speaking with you. Have a wonderful time and wish you all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Vardhanji. You made me feel so comfortable, and it was like talking to someone I already know. So thank you for making me feel so good. And yeah, thank you for having me in the show. Meant a
Such a
lot.
such a pleasure, and look forward to having you and your daughter in one of our episodes in near future.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.